Hey Crushers, Young here, bringing you a new Crush Them All video. And today's video is going to cover the ins and outs of Flooz spending. This guide will be split into 3 separate sections. We will cover free-to-play, moderate spending, and heavy spending. Before we get started, if you have any questions or comments after watching this video, I would encourage you to leave a comment in the section below, or you can reach out to me through the official Discord, which you can access through the settings of the game located here in the community section. I would also ask you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. That way you can catch all my videos when they come out and stay up to date on all the latest Crush Them All news and information. Now, Flooz spending itself is a rather touchy subject, but we're going to go over the basics of each of the respective spending tiers. There are several things that we need to cover before really digging in. First off, no one can tell you how to spend your Flooz. This guide is just a general guideline and may not necessarily apply to you. I will also say that this guide is dated as of the date of publication, meaning that there may be more relevant information or advice after this video is released that isn't covered here. Finally, if you feel like the information presented is wrong, then I would encourage you to leave a comment below this video outlining why so that your concerns can be addressed. Now, the first place for us to start is for free-to-play, or FTP, if you're familiar with internet lingo. And the reason why I want to start here is to establish a good foundation for all 3 distinct spending tiers. Crush Them All is one of the most free-to-play friendly games I've ever experienced. As a free-to-play player, it's imperative that you understand exactly why. And in large, it's because of the golden and wooden chests available through staging. So, as I was just saying, as a free-to-play player, it is imperative that you understand why it's so free-to-play friendly, and that's because of the chest. And it's important that you gather every chest you see every time you see one, because this is your bread and butter. When you see a chest, you click on it. It is wise to let your chest cool down and recover before a ×2 Flooz chest event begins, but outside of that exception, I'd make sure to get every chest you can. There are other sources of Flooz income for a free-to-play player, such as from the Guild Raid event trophy rewards, Guild War rewards, and calendar rewards are all steady sources. Getting as much Flooz as possible from these sources is vital as a free-to-play player, as this ties directly to your growth and success. Now, this guide is primarily aimed at what to do after getting all 10 hero slots and at least probably 15 artifact slots and 8 event artifact slots, which is largely considered to be the first main hurdles. I would also like to elaborate regarding Flooz income from chests a little bit. Chests have a decay rate independent of each other, and this decay rate increases the more frequently you click chests. And what this means is that when you're clicking a chest, like every gold chest that you click or every wooden chest that you click lowers the spawn rate of wooden chests, but not gold chests. Now, the exact rates are unknown, but if you click on a wooden chest, then the percentage chance of the wooden chest spawning decreases by a small amount. Likewise, when you click a gold chest, the rate of spawn decreases slightly for gold chests. The rate does recover over time, so it is generally advised to click a bunch of chests, and then when it really starts to slow down and you're not finding any for a while, to take a break and then come back at it after, like an hour or 2. I would also like to add a few don'ts here. So here are a few things not to do. Don't waste your Flooz by spending things you don't need to be buying. Flooz shop offers like Fastlane, Expedition. In this, right now I've got Expedition and Dark Power. Those look really tempting, but 600 Flooz is a big step back in terms of savings. The only offer that I'd buy as a free-to-play player are the packages offering shards for leveling up specific heroes to 3 stars. However, that doesn't mean you have to spend those resources on that hero. Buy that package, and usually you're better off using those star shards on a Crusher or a different hero. Don't ever spend Flooz to get guild energy in guild raid events. Don't spend Flooz on daily dungeons unless it is during the 2 times dungeon event, in which case spending 25 Flooz on a single 10 ticket refill should be fine. Don't spend Flooz on additional arena tickets unless you're on the verge of promoting or during a guild arena quest. Do not ever buy additional blitz attacks with Flooz. Don't spend Flooz on blitz chests, fortune chests, or premium chests. Crusher chests are what I recommend for smaller and more focused hero pool, provided from the sources that we just went over. Don't spend Flooz on rune chests or premium rune chests. Focus on purchasing rune chests from the Blitz shop for Blitz coins. Specifically, what you're going to be wanting is the Viking, Nature, and Assassin rune chests. That's where I get all my runes from personally. Now that we've discussed where to get Flooz and where not to spend it on, let's discuss my recommendations on where to spend it and why. First and foremost, you should be purchasing Crusher chests. Crushers are important for performance in guild raid events, which is one of your Flooz sources. Crushers themselves are very good in general, but there are some more valuable than others. I'd prioritize Atlantis, Furiosa, Sorrow, Gruvine, and One Eye in that order. However, it may not be worth it to you to purchase Gruvine or One Eye Crusher chests. Take a good look at what is offered there before proceeding. Atlantis is growing more relevant in PvP meta. Furiosa is a good, well-rounded hero, and Sorrow is vital for damage per second, or DPS. So those 3 are really good, generally speaking. And also, generally speaking, I'd recommend buying at least a tier 2 of every event Crusher chest, and at least tier 3 of Atlantis, Furiosa, and Sorrow. Again, taking your own consideration of whether Gruvine and One Eye are worth it for you. Now, this would be a stretch for most free-to-play players to do, so do the math on your Flooz income and adjust as needed. If you find that you can take one of them to tier 4 without affecting your purchases elsewhere, then I'd encourage you to consider Atlantis until he is at least 6 stars. And overall, I'd consider this to be the core for any free-to-play player. Now, I know that was a lot of information, but it is my hope that it provides some good insights as we move into the next section of this guide, which covers moderate spending. Moderate spending is for players who keep the daily Flooz packs running, and the occasional spending on Flooz. This is where I fall personally about 90% of the time, thus I'm more familiar with what needs to be covered here than in the other 2 sections. I'd like to encourage you to focus on the foundations that I laid out in the previous section on free-to-play. Grind for that Flooz, because if you're doing everything a free-to-play player is doing and supplementing with daily packs, then you should have enough Flooz income to comfortably spend where it matters most. Now, let me get to where I was wanting to here. Let's start out by covering the don'ts. There are several don'ts to follow as a moderate spender as well, so let's cover those. After you get the final dungeon level unlocked from the daily dungeons, once you get to level 32, don't continue to spend Flooz at that point on the Fastlane pack. Don't spend Flooz on doubling your Prism rewards during the ×2 Prism events. Don't spend on most Blitz chests until you get Vlad to 7 stars. Don't buy Fortune chests unless the Rare Slot 1 and Epic Hero are 2 heroes you're giving a hard focus to. Don't spend Flooz on Blitz tickets. And don't spend Flooz on Arena tickets unless you're trying to stay in a higher league or otherwise doing a guild quest. Regarding runes, it's the same advice as what I gave to the free-to-play players. Don't spend Flooz on rune chests or premium rune chests. Focus on purchasing runes from the rune chests from the Blitz shop for Blitz coins, specifically, again, Viking, Nature, and Assassin rune chests. Now that we've discussed where to get Flooz from both the free-to-play perspective and the daily pack perspective, as well as thoroughly covered what not to spend Flooz on, let's dig into where to spend Flooz if you find yourself in the spending area of a moderate spender. First off, you're going to want to purchase to at least Tier 3 of Crusher chests until you get your Crushers maxed. And even then, it wouldn't hurt to keep buying Crusher chests in order to continue working on the other heroes featured in those chests, as well as to earn some legendary coins to open these legendary chests down here. If you're trying to push a specific Crusher to max it faster, then you can absolutely save up, and you can spend up to Tier 4 for that respective hero without any detrimental issues regarding your Flooz income. The second area to spend Flooz is on the Flooz shop offers. Very specifically, you should definitely be taking a look and purchasing the Grow Your Beloved Heroes and Rune Chest offers. These cost 600 Flooz apiece, and when they show up in your shop, they offer a much-needed source of Rune Dust income, which you're going to need as your heroes do rise in power. Now, I understand you may be wondering what to do with the extra Flooz you'll find that you'll have if you're playing this way, because if you will have excess Flooz if you have followed this guide to a T so far. Because of that, I'd recommend saving your Flooz specifically for the Vlad Blitz chest, and work on getting Vlad to at least 6 stars over the course of several events. It is a long and admittedly painful path to take. I would say it is a necessary evil, though, because Vlad is a great hero, and the investment will pay off in the long run, even if it is a painful path to take. Eventually, it would benefit you to take him to 7 stars, but that isn't a hard requirement until you find yourself running out of other areas to focus on. Now that we've covered everything we have so far, and we have covered a lot so far, but now we're going to start taking a look at what to do if you are a heavy spender. The gaming term whale should be familiar to most of you who spend heavily on games such as these. This section of this guide is aimed more towards you. Now, first off, I'd encourage you to purchase the Flooz packs offered during guild raid events. These packs will offer you the most bang for your buck, since they also offer event artifact materials. Then work on maxing the Crusher hero from each of the 5 Crusher chests. You will also want to work on maxing Vlad as soon as possible, as he is one of, if not the best, PvP hero in the game. And getting him maxed is going to help tremendously. The final major chest source for focused medals would be the Chest of the Ancients, which is a special chest that drops in from time to time. It offers event heroes that are otherwise quite difficult to get. However, you could just as easily skip this source and not be detrimentally affected. Next, you'll want to give a strong focus to premium chests to get your rare heroes maxed, or most of them maxed, as well as utilize your magic medals to help max them faster. Doing this will increase the value of the daily dungeon medals for you moving forward from that point, as you'll be able to farm epic medals more efficiently from those dungeons. By focusing your Flooz spending on gaining medals from these sources, you'll find that to fill in the rest, you'll typically shift gears to purchasing fortune chests, though you should wait until a hero that you're wanting is featured as the epic hero, such as Tesla, Valkyrie, or Alda. Shifting gears, back towards Blitz. Other Blitz heroes, such as Frost Queen, Paladin, and Claudette, are also good for various reasons, so you could focus on getting them maxed if you feel inclined, but it's not necessary whatsoever. They're pretty niche heroes, so unless you're trying to fill a specific niche that, specific for your team, like if you're really focusing on Earth heroes, then Claudette would obviously help you, given what her abilities are. So if you feel so inclined, you can absolutely work on something like that. But again, not a hard requirement. That wraps up where spending to get medals should be focused and in what priority. The next, arguably more important area of focus for a heavy spender is runes. I'll mention that I do have a rune guide video, a couple at this point that I've made, and I'd recommend watching them for build recommendations. But in terms of actually getting runes, as a heavy spender, you're going to go ahead and jump straight down to the epic rune chest. That's this chest right here. Now, you want to jump down here, but be prepared for a lot of heartache. Your primary goal here isn't the lovely looking 6-star runes, it's actually going to be the 4 and 5-star runes. You're going to need to purchase a lot to get these to a decent level, and just to get decent runes in the first place. And you're going to need to destroy a lot of runes to get the dust needed to upgrade the runes that you do have. I'm not saying to destroy a perfect 6-star Swift rune with attack speed primary, but you're going to get runes like, for example, this 6-star Wrath rune. Okay, this is a rune no one needs Wrath at this time in the game anyway, so it would be a safe rune to dust. It's not anything you're likely to ever use. So that's just a rune dust income source for you. You can and should also dust any runes that you have that are 1 or 2 stars, which you can sort by stars like I did and just scroll down to the bottom and get to those. You'll have a lot of those, and they'll make up a good portion of your rune dust income. This is also a major reason why buying the runes and grow your beloved heroes Flooz shop offers are pivotal, as they offer rune dust income. You'll be spending a lot of time going through your runes, especially your 3, 4, and 5-star runes. Some runes offer great set bonuses, such as Swift runes with their attack per second buffs, but not all runes are made equally. Pick and choose what you feel is going to work best, and be prepared to ask for advice if you're feeling unsure. As far as don'ts go, it's a lot harder to find things not to Flooz on. Though I would encourage you to avoid floozing on Blitz tickets unless you're trying to earn the champion Discord role, and even then I wouldn't actually recommend doing that. Don't buy most of the 300 Flooz shop offers unless you just really like or want to try what is being offered. Don't let others discourage you from spending in areas that you want to spend. I know I often tell people not to spend 80 Flooz to double Prism rewards on Ascending, but hey, if you like staging and tackling stronger dungeons, then why wouldn't you spend there? Spend your Flooz how and where you want to, but never, ever, 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 never spend Flooz on a big pile of gold. And this concludes my Flooz spending guide. I truly hope that you have found this guide to be useful and that you're able to better enjoy your experience playing Crush Them All after watching this. I'd like to give a special thanks to several members for their contributions to this guide. I'd like to thank King Richard for both making the thumbnail for today's video as well as contributing to the content presented in this guide. And likewise, I'd also like to thank Crimtane and Monkey as well for their respective contributions and feedback in this guide. And as always, I'd like to thank you for your continued support in my channel, these videos, and Crush Them All. Thanks for watching.